Hello and welcome to our second rendition of VGC deep dives. This time we're going to be looking at the Pokemon Maushold. Now Maushold has raised some concerns over certain videos of Population Bomb doing massive damage and also using items like King Rock to flinch. So we'll go straight into it and have a look. So stat wise we've got decent speed, but other than that speed we haven't got much else going for us here. It's a normal type, so it's only weak to fighting, so more than likely Maushold is going to terrestrialize into a normal type to double down on damage. Looking at abilities, we have Friend Guard for if you wanted to run a more supportive set, Cheek Pouch, which we're not too worried about, and we have Technician. Technician comes into play a lot here because its new move Population Bomb hits 10 times and gets boosted by Technician. So Maushold is typically going to be used as a physical sweeper or redirection support, as it does get access to Follow Me and it can run a more supportive set due to Friend Guard. But we're mainly interested in the physical sweeper aspect using Population Bomb, Tidy Up for setup. Tidy Up gives you +1 to attack and speed, and it also clears screens. So here are some sample sets to look at. We have our first set, which is Wide Lens. We use Wide Lens so that we don't miss our Population Bomb attacks. And when we Terra Normal, our Population Bomb is still doing massive damage. Our next set is Choice Banded. So with the Choice Band set, we run Super Fang for if we're in a position where we can't do much damage. Super Fang is our best option, rather than locking into something like Play Rough and doing no damage. Play Rough and Bullet Seed are there for coverage, and Population Bomb is there as our main move. The Focus Sash set is used to help support, so Follow Me, Helping Hand, Super Fang, and Facade. Facade is its best move outside of Population Bomb. And the reason why I've chosen to put Facade on instead of Population Bomb is purely because of the accuracy. And then finally we have the King's Rock set, which is used with Population Bomb to flinch, because it has 10 opportunities to flinch if it hits all 10 times. So, some partners and synergies. So if you're running Maushold as a sweeper, you're going to want redirection. Amoonguss and Indeedee both fill this role. Indeedee also stops priority with Psychic Surge. Psychic Surge sets Psychic Terrain, and this terrain can be used to block priority moves such as Fake Out. Amoonguss can use Rage Powder to redirect attacks, and it can also use Spore to put enemies to sleep. Amoonguss is also very bulky, so it should stay around for a relatively long time. Salamence is a good partner because it has access to Intimidate, and it can cover that fighting weakness as it is a flying dragon type. And then finally we have Shenpao. Shenpao lowers its ability, lowers the defense of all Pokemon on the field. So by lowering defense in combined with Population Bomb, you're going to be dealing even more damage, especially when you terrestrialize. Shenpao is also offensive in itself. Here we have some offensive calcs. So, using just an ordinary set, so no choice band, we have a chance to OHKO Roaring Moon that's fully invested in HP. We have a very high chance to OHKO Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is a very big threat in terms of special attacks, so being able to do big damage to that is amazing. Other Shenpaos, we have a decent chance of knocking them out. One thing you need to note is that these Population Bombs do not take terrestrialization into consideration. So if we terrestrialize normal, we're knocking out Roaring Moon, we're knocking out Cho-Yu, we're knocking out Shenpao. Other Mausholds we're knocking out, and we have we might have a chance at knocking out Amoongus as well. However, I think the main thing with Amoongus is that it's going to be a 2-hit knockout most of the time, even if you terrestrialize. Some defensive calcs now. So if a Flutter Moon blasts into us with 0 bulk, we survive that. Same with Chiyu, we have a good chance of surviving against Chiyu. Terra Flying, Roaring Moon, Acrobatics, which is one of the strongest moves in the game at the moment. We survive that, or we have a chance to survive that. It's not a big chance, however, it's still a chance. And with something like Roaring Moon, we have partners like Indeedee and Amoongus to redirect that attack. And then another Roaring Moon calc for if it's not Terra Flying, we have the Dragon Claw, and we survive the standard Dragon Claw. So how do we counter Maushold? So Maushold is a physical attacker, so one of the best things to do will be lower its attack. Intimidate is great for this, as you don't have to waste a turn doing it. It instantly activates as it's an ability. Again, because it's a physical attacker, you can also burn it, so burning it's a good option. Burning halves the attack of Pokemon that are burnt. And then another thing where Maushold is reliant on accuracy, using Muddy Water to lower its accuracy, or another move to lower its accuracy, is good because it has a higher chance of missing. And the higher chance that Maushold has of missing, the less useful it's going to be to the person using it. Maushold's defense is its lowest stat, so physical attackers are going to be your best option. And almost every time, Maushold's going to terrestrialize into a normal type, so you don't have to worry about a terrestrialization mind game. You can just bring a fighting type and be confident that it's going to stay a normal type. So something that would be good for this is maybe like Iron Hands. Although it's on the slower side, it's very bulky. And if you want something faster than this Shen Pao, there's plenty of options available. Especially with the Paradox Pokemon, as they get a speed boost when they enter if they're holding a booster energy. Okay, so now we're going to look at some replays of the team being used. Someone in the community helped me get these replays, as I was short on time and wasn't able to get these replays. So we're going to go ahead and look at the first replay, which will be the offensive set, and then we'll look at the second replay, which will be a defensive set. As always, the replays, all the resources are going to be available on the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, it'll be in the description of the video. So, let's go and look at it. We'll make sure that we change over to our other display. Okay, so we're going to start the battle here. So the opponent leads Baxcalibur and Iron Valiant. We lead Maushold and Amoongus. So this is a good lead because we're able to redirect any incoming attacks as we do, and we can set up with Tidy Up. Close combat goes into Amoongus and it's resisted. Iron Valiant's defenses are lowered, so now it's very weak. Unfortunately, Amoongus is taken out by Baxcalibur. That's fine. We bring in Quavicle, we terrestrialize our Maushold, and look at that, we're doing 40% with each hit. Close combat takes out the Baxcalibur. And we get the Moxie boost off of that. Meowscarada comes in and Magnezone. Meowscarada takes 35% each hit. And remember, this is only hitting 3 times. It can hit up to 10 times. So the fact that it's doing this is amazing. And then this should be game with the close combat. I don't think Magnezone can do much. It takes out the Quavicle, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, with Flatamine and Maushold, Magnezone can't outspeed, so the opponent just loses there. So as you can see from this replay, Maushold, after setting up, is taking things out in 3 hits, and it can hit up to 10 times. I think even if it went into the Magnezone, it would still be doing a decent chunk, bringing it down into its lower quarter of health, at least. But yeah. The only thing that could be better if, instead of Flutter it was Shen Pao, because then you're boosting that physical damage even further. Right, and now we'll look at a supportive set replay. So, start off, the opponent leads Sandy Shocks and Hatterene. We lead Maushold and Great Tusk. Great Tusk gets a Protosynthesis boost. The opponent swaps into Torkoal. We use Super Fang to take down the Hatterene to half. Hatterene probably sets up Trick Room. It does. Managed to take out the Torkoal as well. Indeedee comes in. So Indeedee follows me and Maushold also follows me. Psychic goes into the Maushold and takes it out. And then Great Tusk is able to take out the Indeedee. Sandy Shocks comes back out and Annihilate comes out on our side. Great Tusk protects to avoid the Psychic and Annihilate Phantom Forces, so now it's immune from damage. Great Tusk is taken out by the Psychic. Phantom Force hits into the Hatterene and takes it out, so all that's left is Sandy Shocks. Earth Power not going to be able to take it out. Chi Yu comes out, and that special damage should be able to take it all the way out. Something to note is Annihilate is faster under the Trick Room. Or it was. Oh, they were speed tying maybe? Either way, we win. So this showcases how Maushold can be used as a support Pokemon. However, it wouldn't be the instinctive choice due to how frail it is. There's better follow me users and redirection users like Amoonguss and Indeedee. Okay, so I hope that this has been useful to you in how to use Maushold and how to counter Maushold. Maushold's quite, due to how frail it is, you don't need a dedicated counter. Lots of things that go into your team should naturally counter it. But it is something to be aware of, and that Population Bomb can deal a lot of damage if you let them set up for it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next VGC deep dive.